And a good morning. Not my normal time slot here, filling in for Steve Webster today with Focus on Stafford County. Again, Dakota Tucker here with you. Our guest today, as always, Stafford County Economic Development Director Carolyn Dunn and Stafford County Eco Devo Program Director Ashley Bevan. And how are you guys today?
Great. Happy to be here.
Well, it's certainly good to have the show. You know, Steve Webster under the weather. People have heard that throughout the day today. And he said, well, Mr. Stafford County, you get to go in with the Stafford County folks today. And I said, why not? I'm going to learn something today.
You might be interested in some of the updates we have.
That's right. And so we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. The board met today. And so we kind of have some news. Let's go ahead and get people updated on that.
The Economic Development Board met today and made commitments that really set up a time frame to open the new grocery store at the beginning of September. So I know that people have wondered when. That's the big question.
Right.
When are we going to see construction? When are we going to see an open store? And so with these commitments today, we should have a store open right around Labor Day. And then kind of working back from that, we be doing dirt work in mid-February, site utilities, and beginning the pouring of concrete will happen somewhere in the middle of March. The kind of underground fuel station aspects, some of that
right.
Excavation will happen in April. Beginning of May, you'll see the metal building erection going up. Beginning of June, interior finish work begins, and then mid-September is the scheduled time for opening the store.
That is absolutely exciting, one, for anyone listening, but also for us and Stafford Countyans, I'm going to say. This has been a very long process of losing a store, trying to figure out a way and get into it, and people have kind of had this thought of, okay, we're going to have a store, or are we going to have a store? And with all of your guys' work in this, we've seen this thing's going to come to fruition. And now today is kind of that deciding day that this thing's happening.
Right. Well, there's been a lot of pieces along the way that it wouldn't happen if not for that. So, for example, when we received word that we were awarded the federal grant, well, this project wouldn't be going forward if not for that.
Right.
But it wasn't the only piece that we had to finalize to get it going. So, I think about this whole structure that we have here is kind of unique. This partnership where we have a charitable economic development entity that is the developer, but we wouldn't be able to do it without the support of the City of St. John, the federal grant from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. We have private grants from Network Kansas, Sunflower Foundation. The St. John Oddfellows Lodge has made a commitment for 10 years to help with retiring one piece of the debt. And we have some very key contributions from individuals and local businesses in St. John, too. And all of it all together has been necessary to, pull this thing together.
Well, in a true community effort that just shows, I know we all miss a grocery store when we were all so spoiled for all these years of, we are daily shoppers, no planning, no prep, especially my grandmother who had, all her life in St. John. Every single day you go to the grocery store and that's just that. You see everybody and no prep. And she has absolutely struggled. And she does business at the Dollar General store, what she can, and then what she can't. Of course, I'm here in Great Bend every day, so I can go and get what she needs. So sometimes it's a daily thing. Hey, can you run and grab and get me this? But, the older population in town, I think everybody's excited, but especially the older population in town, certainly excited about this.
I told one woman I saw at the library today, he said, you just made my day. So I told her, that we were setting forth this time frame to get it open by September. And she said, 2018? I said, yes. And she literally started dancing.
Oh, that is awesome.
I said, you made my day.
That is awesome. Well, it's certainly something that, has just been heavy on everyone's heart. It's like, oh my gosh, is this the beginning of the end of our town?
Well,
because
And Pat White, our grocery operators, even talked about it in that sense of what we're doing here is really this kind of fight for our town,
Right.
So it is a grocery store, but I think it's also the basis for all the other work that we're doing to try to stabilize population, create jobs. Even just the store in and of itself will create 33 full and part-time jobs between the grocery store and the pharmacy. So it's a step. It's a step. And I think we've got a lot of work yet to do, but we wouldn't probably be able to take the next steps for the work we want to do throughout the county without a project like this.
You bet. It certainly just increases your organization itself, just the overall value and I'm not getting credibility isn't the word, but it's like, look at all of I love reading on your guys' website of look what we've done since we've evolved and as we continue to evolve. And that's just something interesting to see. And I think that even this project going there is just what's next.
Well, thank you.
So those are the thoughts of a lot of people that I'm in contact with too, I'm in contact with everybody pretty much now. But one thing, as I follow your guys' Facebook page, I saw that you guys had put out the survey for naming this as well. So I know you guys selected a winner who participated. I participated, but I didn't read the instructions and didn't put done. I didn't click see more and get the rest of the story, but I did. And to prove to you that I did, I didn't select one. I put in another. So if you had just one other or multiple others, I can at least tell you what mine was so you have proof that I did go in and vote. Okay.
Yeah, because we did have 15 additional suggestions.
Oh, wow.
Not all of them serious. I will say.
Well, of course, there's going to be that. But, what is the process in doing that? Is this with White's?
Well,
is the store going to be White's in this type of marketplace?
Strip mall
right.
concept, because we have multiple tenants in the building.
Right.
So that's kind of, I think, where we were coming from. If we have a pole sign out front, we have tenants that include Stafford County Drug and White's Foodliner. Do we name the kind of the overall place? We've not honestly been always consistent in some of our applications. We've called it St. John Marketplace. We've called it Stafford County Marketplace. We've said, well, maybe we need a more neutral name like Heartland or Tallgrass or whatever, So we thought, well, we'll just have some fun with this and ask the public, what do they think? And the board looked at those responses this morning and made a choice that they're going to call. So officially, we'll call it the Stafford County Marketplace,
which is absolutely a great idea, because just because this marketplace is going in St. John doesn't mean that it's only going to serve St. John. I mean, if you look at the majority of the people in the county or in the other towns of the county, we saw a lot of business in the Dillon store from out-of-towners. Mm-hmm. And for another town to have a store and some of those people coming over some things, just maybe, things they don't have or, multiple options. Options is key. Yeah. And so I think it's just a great way to just overall wrap it all up because, when the new pharmacy came in, they could have named it anything, but they said Stafford County Drug with that same idea of we're serving everyone. Mm-hmm. I deliver for them. So we do serve everyone, Yeah. And so I think it's just a great idea. So that's good to hear. A lot of progress today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just has to be absolutely
and for
rewarding.
Those, I don't know that we've specifically said it today. Those that, live in Stafford County may have seen this just by driving by, but that building is down.
Oh, it looks so good.
Just that feels like some visible progress.
Well, and it's confirmation of, okay, the building's down. So, yep, we've reached that next step.
Right.
And it just looks so much better. I'm sorry to say that, but it just does. Anytime you have development or progress,
right,
it's something new.
Right.
And, certainly just automotive shops just aren't that great and appealing anyway. Any auto shop,
an older cinder block building. And
and
we're going to be able to,
it had been there forever. gosh, I don't know how many businesses it's served over the years, but certainly to see some reincarnation of great service and community in that part of town. And of course, the building to the north getting renovated and looking so nice. I mean, it just really improves, I think, the curb appeal.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
corridor is just really kind of getting a facelift, and it's nice.
You bet.
Anything we can do to continually keep some investment going, I think that's just part of having a healthy community, a healthy economy. So
right. And we're moving right along here through the show, Dakota blabbing a little bit here, but just so much excitement in Stafford County today. So we're going to take a quick break, come back, and talk about more with what's going on in Stafford County next on KVGB. And welcome back to Focus on Stafford County. Economic Development Director Carolyn Dunn in with us, also EcoDevo Program Director Ashley Bevan back in with us. And what's next here on the show, ladies? What do we want to talk about?
Well, one of the things I thought would be useful to highlight is a program that's been around for a long time, but I just want to remind people about its availability. It's the cash program through Interfaith Housing, stands for Creating Asset Savings and Hope. And fundamentally, this program is just an incentivized way for individuals up to 200% of the federal poverty rate to build some savings that can be used either for down payment on a house, repairs on a house, education, or small business creation. So simple system is that you agree to participate in some financial education classes. They can be done online. This is kind of a nice evolution. Prior years, they were delivered in like class format. You had to be able to make your schedule fit when those classes occurred. Right. You had to get to the classes and everything. And now that can all be done online. It's about 3 hours of content, and you complete that. There's some consultation with a counselor on the phone, and you agree to a savings plan, open up a joint bank account. You contribute a minimum of $20 a month, but there's no maximum. You can get as aggressive as as you are able. And they match your savings $2 for every dollar, up to $2,000 of your savings, meaning an amount of $6,000 that you can accumulate. It's really a nice time of year, I think, to talk about this because people can use their income tax refunds to kind of jumpstart that. I think that's kind of been a tactic that has worked well for a lot of individuals. If you're getting a tax refund, maybe even though you're, in a lower income area, if you have a family with kids and because of that have, is it earned income tax credit? Mm-hmm. That can be a way that you can really jumpstart the savings. If you're also a family with husband and wife together, each one can set up a separate savings account to participate in this program. So, in one scenario, you could have a total of $12,000 of savings through this program to apply to purchasing a house. So it can be a really great deal, and I don't think it's utilized as much as it could be.
And why would you say that is?
I really don't know.
Lack of knowledge about it?
Lack of knowledge, so I guess that's why I'm talking about it here. Right. I don't know if it takes more individual connections for people to feel comfortable with it. We're going to be trying to connect the dots a bit with the Circles program and this availability. And in fact, I was just listening to your prior guest talking about the value of the Circles program, and we are seeing that in Stafford County, and it's getting some traction. And so I would like to think that could be a nice place to get more use of the program, because it's got plenty of funding, ironically. There's times that those can be constraints, and really right now there's plenty of availability for this program. So we'd like to see more people benefit from it.
If somebody happens to be interested in this program, you guys have all the information of qualifications and just really how to get started with it.
Absolutely. They can call our office. We would be glad to spend as much time as is necessary helping someone through that. They could also call Interfaith Housing directly. They are online at ihs-housing.org, or their phone number is 620-662-8370.
Okay.
Also can call us here at Stafford County Economic Development, 620-549-3527. Stop by our office at the County Annex in St. John.
Very good. Okay. And so certainly a lot of different programs, a lot of different things that you guys can help out with. What are some other things we want to talk about today?
The Weatherization Program through SCKEDD, South Central Kansas Economic Development District. They're essentially our part of the state. They're our sponsor for this program. This is based on household income relative to the federal low-income guidelines. So, for example, a household size of 1 income needs to be $24,120 or below. Family of 2, $32,480, and the list goes on. It's an energy efficiency program. We all know, by weatherizing your home, improving your insulation or new windows can help lower your utility bills. Especially, in these cold months of the winter, you want heat to be contained within your home and vice versa. In the summer when it's 100 degrees and your AC is running, you want your house to maintain that cool temperature. We do have applications in our office in the county annex. If people are interested, they can also go online. Kansas Housing Resources Corporation actually administers this program, and it's funded through the U.S. Department of Energy and the Low Income Energy Assistance Program. SCKEDD has 2 office locations, one in Bel Air and one in Hutchinson. We've recently been working with the Hutchinson office as they just opened that location back in the fall. So this process, individuals that are interested, they submit an application, then they undergo a home energy audit to identify their home's specific needs. They complete the weatherization of the home and a post-weatherization inspection to assure quality is done. But all of this comes at no charge to the individuals that are actually eligible. So it's an awesome program.
That's crazy.
Yes. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, SCKEDD actually even oversees the work that needs to be done. So it's not as if an individual who, needs new insulation has to go out and find the contractor and manage that process. SCKEDD actually, they do that.
And as far as the qualifications go in the program, I know you said for a one-person household, the dollars and under, are there several different tiers in that program?
I do know one thing at the conference that we were told, I think their wait list is 3 months right now, but depending on the severity of your home's needs, you could be moved up on that list. Other individuals that might be on supplemental security income, temporary assistance for needy families, those individuals are moved to the top of the list versus the ones that have applied and are just income eligible.
Wow. Yeah. So for example, if your furnace absolutely goes out and
you have no heat, you'll be moved to the top of the list.
They're going to jump right on top of it. And I could certainly see where there would be some definite need and could be very well utilized within our county. Of course, as this area, we just have that low income. We have all types. And so being able to bring these types of opportunities and programs is just incredible for our people. So definitely, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, check them out. It would be a great thing. Okay, we're running under 3 minutes here left in the show today. So ready, set, go.
Very close. Okay, we have a 2-bedroom house in Hudson available for rent or purchase. Call our office for details and an application. February 8th at 7 p.m., the Stafford County Annex. There'll be a public meeting related to the airport site selection and development plan. So this is an opportunity for the public to make a comment on the report before it's finalized and submitted to the Kansas Department of Transportation. This is just kind of identifying where the best location in Stafford County. If we were to have an airport, where would that be? So that's February 8th at 7 p.m. And we are also surveying local businesses to hear more about what business support services they'd like to see. We've disseminated Ashley, I really should be letting her talk about this, but she developed the surveys, disseminated to members of the Stafford Chamber of Commerce directly, but we welcome other participants to submit their opinions. And so on our website, there is a form you can fill out and give us your feedback. We'd love to hear it.
Very good.
www.staffordecodvo.com. That's staffordecodvo.com.
Very good. And if they want to get in contact with you just about anything, give them the phone number twice for the sake of radio.
Okay. 620-549-3527.
And you guys
Again.
are also on Facebook. So
We are.
go ahead and one more time the phone number and then the Facebook. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
620-549-3527. And on Facebook, we are
Stafford County Economic Development.
How easy is that? Very good. Okay, we're winding down with just 1 minute left in the program. So just to recap on the big news today is that...
we will be open by Labor Day.
Oh, that is just awesome. I can't wait. I mean, I'm in Great Bend every day, but I can't wait to begin shopping local once again. I mean, we support also all the other businesses, but there are just some things you can't get. And it's going to be so exciting. I can't
Hopefully
wait.
soon we'll have a rendering of the front of the grocery store out there for people to see.
Wow. So Stafford County Marketplace will be the name of the complex, we'll say, with White's Foodliner, Stafford County Drug, and then the Fuel Center.
Right. I don't know that there is a definitive name on the kind of the fuel center part of it.
Okay.
I guess we've got to have something left to look forward to.
We're going to figure it out. And coming up on your 12 o'clock report here, it is noon on KVGB Great Bend.